Hey everybody, and welcome back to Koali Zoo. I actually have no idea which episode. I think it's 34, if I'm not completely wrong, or 35 even.
I have no idea either.
Guys?
Nope.
Hold on. One second.
I think I saved it as a 34. Anyways, hello everyone.
Hi.
I can first of all say we are back as the whole crew. Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
Finally.
How long was it?
Yes, this is 34.
Awesome.
It's been long.
I don't know. It's been very long, yeah. I mean, there has been a wonderful podcast episode last week of the Koali files, which
yes.
was great. Absolutely.
really
In case you haven't
cool.
seen that, guys, I really want to. I linked this to the top right now
You mean the
because
canal
you should
episode,
definitely see
right?
that. Basically, just on and Sumatra as well. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, we
that was really cool.
basically went over why the canal had to go, why it couldn't be there.
That was
Yep.
really interesting.
And how long? Wait, I think it was 50 minutes talking about why.
It
the
was a
canal.
long time. Yeah, there's a lot to go over.
I loved it. Alrighty, today, guys, I'll take you on a tour. So it's a Rudy episode, not a time lapse, but a tour, which also is due to the fact it was 2 weeks of time I had, and that was just a lot of work I did. Loads of changes, loads of moving stuff, and so on. And in fact, yes, I did move a lot of stuff. So I have to say, some of Silv's buildings needed to go and move. So
All right.
Yep. We'll see how that ended up. But yeah, we are at the entrance here, but we are not going to take this route, actually. We are going to turn around
What?
and we are going to take another road, which is now something we haven't had time for, and I think we also need to tackle that. But what I did, I created a second entrance, which is only for staff,
Okay.
I can say we are staff, so we're taking that one. So you can see this is your station, which is to the left-hand side from the entrance, which I think is just next to the Koali Club, as you can see, peeking through there.
Love to
That's
see
also
nobody
a
riding it.
restaurant.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, that's just a no. And yeah, now this is the most boring but still good-looking field I could come up with. Because that's like I was looking into some inspirations on Zoo Chat and stuff, how entrance areas of zoos like mostly in Asia look like, or like in not only zoos, but I also looked at some gardens and stuff. These typical royal gardens you have in Bali or in Thailand or also Indonesia, and what they mostly are like huge plains of grass with some palm trees sticking out, maybe bamboo, a few rocks and stone. That's it mostly. So yeah. I just kept this fairly open. And yeah, I'm just going to quickly go a little bit further over here because, well, it's all grass. It's not too exciting.
Patting that
but
episode,
then-
aren't you, Rudy?
I'm done now. That's it. I carefully assembled all these little hills here. This one took me like 3 days actually.
Oh.
That was the hardest one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah, that took really long. And then I had like 5 hours left, and we now look at what I did in the last 5 hours, which was starting this morning, to be honest. No,
Gosh.
I'm just kidding. So we are here on the left backstage entrance, and as you can see, this is the Silv Suites access.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's cool.
So, there's a hotel that, will go in here. Whoops, there's a little lag. There you go. And I repurposed some of the buildings that we already had in this file as kind of a little, it almost is like the backstage access building. So where you would have some people, or you can actually, when delivery comes in, you have to register at a certain point. Or if you go out, you mostly also register what you bring in, to not be that chaotic. There's actually our, staff member ready for the service. Yeah, a bit boring because since there's no hotel yet, obviously there's not that much traffic going on.
Okay.
So yeah, we have this little access road over here, and you can see that we are facing already a lot more foliage, a lot more lush area. Where initially hasn't been anything, to be honest, because as you can remember, the Skytrack was all visible and open over here. So it's not.
I
anymore.
never looked.
And
I
then we
never
have like
looked
a
from that side.
Oh, well, but I can promise you. And then, yeah, we have some very nicely parked things here. We even have like some skid marks on the ground of this dude, always parking here,
They just didn't bother putting the fence back in.
Yeah, no. It's like, they just work here and they're just lazy and parking that thing here. And they just also took that rock to make this thing stand and not fall down. Very dangerous. But, in these areas, they don't really care that much, to be honest. I saw some funny pictures, honestly. That was, and I remember from my Thailand trip as well. Safety, well, doesn't always come first. Let's put it that way. And then we have also some of the backstage stuff you already had in the file. I'll just put something in here, just like a little bit. And we have a bit of some foliage walls over here, assembled in some stones.
Cool.
And then, we already have the access on the left-hand side to the hotel, which obviously isn't here yet. And on the right-hand side, there's something else. And this is, you potentially have seen that, guys, from the thumbnail, I guess. This is the access to the playground area.
Ooh.
Yes, we have a playground in Koali, finally. It's actually funny to think that we didn't have one.
Yeah, it's like, as soon as you sent the pictures a while back, I was like, how did we miss out on that? That's one of the most important things
No,
to
how
have.
did you miss out on that, Silv? You were the one that also made it. Playground for Koali
I was
Beach.
the one who did it in Koali Beach, I guess. I've always been kind of a playground person from a very young age, obviously.
So we will see how you judge this from your, now inner self today, and also from your young inner self.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. So we also on this hand side have a little pond. I didn't really, mention that too much, but there's a little pond over there as well. And then we have also an exit sign.
Nice.
In case, you're coming from over here, you just mention, someone mentions that you have to go left here, because we even have the traffic in a way that you can, there's actually a little bit of thinking behind here, to be honest. It's not just like a simple joint. I changed this a few times because my idea was, this is the exit that goes to the restaurant, the central restaurant that Silv built very early on. And this road over here goes way over into the Silv hotel suites. So I figured that this road over here might be quite a direct connection between those two areas, and stuff would go maybe forth and back. Maybe you have some kind of staff buildings also in the hotel, or maybe even have some storage over there, because storage in this area is limited over there. So maybe they have like a bigger storage that is next to the hotel, so they need like a direct connection over here. And so that this path over here is not interfering, I made this little joint that you have like this quick access here to the left if you need to go to the access, but if you want to continue, you have like the seamless way to continue, and then the other one for the exit is the same way, is also seamless and not interrupting the traffic going forth and back. Maybe it's not too much traffic going on in here, but so we have like a safe way to change to the exit.
All right.
Makes sense.
Really thought about this.
Yeah. I like the visual style also of the signs and everything, the minimalistic, but very consistent style of it.
I really like
I
that
didn't want
as
to
well.
overdo it, and you can easily change them. There's like a little color code in there, so we can basically use them throughout the zoo if needed.
Nice.
So that's like it. And we also have like these. It's almost like a retaining wall that is totally overgrown, and this is more or less ripped off of a backstage area. How was that called? Koali Zoo or something. Also in Bali, it's like a smaller one I found on Zoo Chat, and they had these kind of retaining walls also in the backstage area to block the views from the guest. It's like about 2 meters-ish high and very overgrown, so I kind of tried to do that.
Very cool.
So we have some backstage over here, which we are not going to take quite yet. We'll see that connection later. And then we have like another right entrance here. They carry some boxes and stuff, and they have like their stuff only vending machine, to get some stuff, and can go in here. So I'm gonna continue a little bit faster now, because that's quite a long way where nothing really happens. Oh, well, nothing is not true. I changed a little bit the area beneath the skyscraper. How do you call that? Skytrack.
Skytrack.
That's it. So we have some access staircases.
Oh, did you
ones from
steal
the
that
Aviary.
from the big one that you made in the last episode you did?
Yeah, exactly. That's like just made a little bit smaller and then put below here, and also I changed the texture. Made this all a lot more lush to the right and left, and then beneath there is basically all just like not really the ground fully grown, because I figured that a lot of mechanics and stuff would go here eventually.
Yeah, there's a lot of trampling that happens to go check every one of those posts, and
Exactly. And right over here, we also do have a direct access to another area, which we are not taking quite yet, but it's going to be important. And Mike, maybe you also spot already something in here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I see you're already rating the area that's going to get gutted. Nice.
I was looking to like, maybe we can save some of that.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I did. So, we've got another rumble pad over here. We have some cables or maybe something going down. To be fair, we have to figure out if we need it that way. But to be honest, I needed to put a staff path somewhere and needed to kind of hide that away again because the people were just running all in here in this path. And then I was like, okay, no, that's not going to work. So I made this look like a bit more, patched asphalt.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
This is cool. It's like the backstage of Koali right now. Like we're on a tour.
That's the backstage area. And now we actually go through that gate over here. Whoops, there you go. And now to the right-hand side, this is the Skytrack station we just saw at the beginning. So basically, we just went all the way around, took that backstage access, and then, there you go. And all the way over here. And behind that one, I didn't change much. We can just have a little peek in here. Oops, there you go. This is still the backstage, which has to be done. But now, to the left-hand side,
yes, and if I could say, hold on, if I could say something about that, go back over there.
The area that's not supposed to be seen right now, I guess.
Yes. We went back and forth if we were going to try and do an interior on that, and I think we're going to try and do an interior on that restaurant. I think it's going to be be pretty awesome.
Oh boy.
Okay. I mean, the staff members are maybe not really really following your opinion on that, but I do. So, that's cool. Oh God.
I'm very curious how you're going to pull that off, especially considering it's an empty husk of a building that's kind of built before the interiors are made, which makes it so much harder, I've realized in my last episode.
Bit of a challenge, but there's ways.
That's true.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, look at our bossy security member. He's very proud of that idea. He loves the idea. Wow. All right. So before that has to be done, let's have a look on what I tried to bring in here. Look at the... Hello. There is a little sign over here that guides our way because...
That's so cool.
So we have to start over here. I changed a lot of things when we come. So last... I don't know if you remember how that was looking beforehand, but basically what happened, you were coming out of here and you had this fully plain view onto your micro house. That was like in full vision, but there was no real connection. There was like a little bit of bare land in between. And then we had this direct connection path to the highlands over here. And we had a lot of foliage in the middle, but I kind of had the feeling that this area didn't really knew what it wanted to be. Like, did it want to be like a direct connection to here? Or does it want to go to the left? And so I really tried a lot of, you can ask my people in Twitch chat, we tried a lot of layouts of that area. That was like crazy because nothing really worked out. I made a direct connection to the micro house. I wasn't really happy with because there was no point, to be honest, because there's basically your lounges over there and the viewing platform, which from a storyline to me just kind of sticks to the building. You want to take that fully circle to go there. And so I thought, okay, let's give it a full circle and close that area off. So I took your wall you already had and just continued that wall throughout over here. Nice. Just put a little bit of foliage in front. Just hid away the backstage area. And then we have the sign that guides you to the playground. And there is a reason why there is already that sign here, because when you come around that corner, we have this little planter, which is intentionally tilted to the left. So it gives you a little notch to look to the left rather than to the right. And if you go here, you're basically pointed at this sign. Also, I made some custom lanterns over here.
I like them.
They already kind of follow a little bit of this style.
What?
What was that?
Wait, was that a camel? Was that a kangaroo? That was a kangaroo.
Like
Yeah,
that was the worst spoiler ever.
What?
I was like, what was that? Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah, well, we are going to find something
That's
there.
so
But
weird.
you can see also I made a little a small fence. I'm quite happy with, to be honest.
that.
I found
That's nice.
That
these
looks really nice.
fire pit pieces and then just this log in here. But yeah, you can see then we have this little guidance, and to the right you could go to the highlands and tapirs. We don't do that yet. And to the left hand side we have the playground and camels. Now, yeah, people asked for that for like a million years, I guess. And Mike, we also talked about that. There is no point. We cannot have camels in this zoo. So they had to go in somehow. But yeah, so this visual style of this planter really makes you look and go to the left-hand side. And the highland path is still here because for people who want to have that direct connection and maybe who don't have really kids, they don't need that area. They have already seen that on a zoo map and they want like a direct connection. You have that. Let me just peek.
So that just connects back? In here. Okay, now I know where
so
I am.
You can see. Exactly. And you see there is still this wonderful vista maintained. That you can see the Highland Trail.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's really
basically
nice.
When you come around that corner, you have to sign and you say like, "Oops, okay, I'm on the right track." That's my path.
Look at you, Rudy, breaking bones. Love it.
So, and then we go to the left-hand side. You can see like a little shelter here, and this is like just a very little cozy garden, as you can see.
That's really nice.
I repurposed your how do you call them? Raised planters.
I don't even know what they were.
Tree planters. Tree planters. I don't know, but like I found them so cool, and I wanted to make this area feel a bit more cozy. And I really didn't know what to go in these planter areas. And so at the end I just tried, and I was like, yeah, that could work if I just make that area a lot more lush.
That looks really nice.
Yeah. And indeed, to the right-hand side, you do have a kangaroo habitat. However, there is intentionally not that many vistas over here. So this is more or less like a little backstage peek. There's one standing, just looking at the people going to the Highland Trail. Because you do have another vista from the front later on. Oh, look at that. There's another one just laying down. You've got, a lot of logs in here and just like general stuff. Just nothing too special, to be honest, because most of these kangaroo habitats are just exactly that. They're plain boring. There's not that much going on in these habitats.
Agreed.
But yeah, we have another backstage access. This is the one, Mike, you actually figured out when I was sending you a very early screenshot of that area. You mentioned there if we could have like an access road that follows more or less the Skytrack. We will take this road from the other side later, but you can see there's this little rope here to make sure. And also it reconnects to the left-hand side. This is where we were standing a few minutes before. So you've got to have a direct access here in case you need it. So you don't need to go all that way around, which would be pretty inefficient.
Look at you.
So we have another one. That's kind of easy. And now this is the main thing for this episode, guys. This is the playground.
Really
I love how this opens up with the big tree in the middle.
Yeah.
So cool.
That's really
and that's
cool.
like a lowered playground
Is that
area.
a swing?
And sorry?
Is that a swing?
That's a swing.
swing.
Yeah, that's a swing.
Wow.
There's a swing and there's another swing. We basically have, we have this normal climbing rig in the middle, that very, very small one. We have this trap of death, I want to call it.
Oh, those
I have no
things
idea
are
how this
so
calls.
good. Love them.
Yes. Oh God, I've got very bad memories of that. Oh God. And then we have the slide, obviously. That is from,
Oh, it's an
climbing up
actual
here,
round
going
slide.
down.
Jeez, how did
And there's
you do
actually
that?
even... Oh boy.
How many
this
pieces?
Is,
Yeah, I want to know
loads,
as well.
I guess. We will check when we are having done the tour. We will check that. I have no clue, to be honest. But these are the letter pieces. What is that? Is it the comma? Oh, no, it's the bracket. It's the bracket. And I just kind of made the bracket.
Oh yeah, you can kind of see the shape. You can see it's not
Insane.
entirely the same width the whole way down. Oh, that's clever.
Yeah.
Oh my
So it's going all the way down.
Doesn't that also mean the
And
slide
we also
disappears
have-
when you zoom out?
Yeah, but you can zoom out a fair bit
I
because
see
there's so much
it,
stacked.
Camel. I see what you did there. I see
see
what
that
you
already?
did there.
Don't say it quite yet. You'll see
wow.
that later.
There's something there.
Did you
But
really?
yeah, we also have like... I did.
It's a
But
playground for
we
the
will come
Fay
there.
fam.
Okay.
And we also have like these rubber pads down here. That was something that the chat came up with, and I loved it. Mostly on these playgrounds, you have these... I don't know, what is it, a rubber band or whatever? So, in case
Like
the
the rubber
kids fall
mats
down,
made out of the little circles.
Yeah, rubber mats.
Yeah.
With
Exactly.
little foam
Yeah.
They're the
squishiness
absolute
underneath.
worst I think kids need to like really break their heads on the ground and like learn what it is to exist in this world, this harsh reality.
Break their head.
No more pampering.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. But since we needed a staircase over here, guys, look what I did. It's not functional, but
For the wheelchair people.
Ah, perfect.
Got a ramp.
look at
Amazing.
this.
Love
a
it.
ramp.
Oh my gosh.
Yay. And now let's take the right-hand side, because there is this wonderful name of the playground, because the playground has actually a name, and that is the ladies' playground.
That's so cute.
Look at that.
That's really
This is the
cool.
ladies' playground over here. I mean, obviously it has a reason. There's a reason behind that, because let me zoom in on that fountain.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's like a little number of liters of water that is running through every minute. I hope not.
Yeah.
I'd say the $100,000 fountain.
That
Yeah.
is really cool,
Exactly.
Camel.
And then, I mean, the lady slided into something, and so.
Oh,
Here we go.
you
Wow.
kidding me. That's so cool. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, that is amazing. Thank you, Camel. I love it.
So we have like a little dedication playground for the 100K. So it's the, lady slided into it playground.
Oh, that's
awesome.
so amazing.
I mean, if you hear that out of context, that's maybe sounding pretty weird, but we all know what it is and what it means. So yeah, you can see also the slide from very up close. I think it works pretty fine. It's still quite seamless. So
Yeah.
it's
I'm
Yeah,
impressed.
but
I have no
wow.
idea how you managed. But
well,
I'm still
you can-
curious how many pieces it is.
Yeah, we can have a look later to not break the immersion quite yet. But I don't know. It's not maybe that many, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe
I think
maybe
the
it
only
is a
thing it
lot.
needs is maybe a support or two extra.
Yeah.
Actually,
chonker
we
kids.
looked into that. Like that, yeah, but we looked into that. Like I was live streaming, and now I had a support in the middle here, and then the chat was rioting that this is basically on a small slide like this, it would not happen. And then we looked it up, and to be honest, like 9 out of 10 slides I found, they have this little bump in here. Like honestly, the shape is like redone because I had it a bit more roundish, I wouldn't say, like a bit more as you would expect. But they have this little bump to. At least that's what people told me and what's online, which kind of strengthens the form of the aluminium or steel or whatever it's made out of. And so also the fat kids don't break it. So yeah, at least that's what we found out during the live stream.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the chonkers. The chonkers need to play too.
Oh my god.
They have to move to
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but one of these nasty kids just threw a ball in the water. So no, always those kids.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
So yeah,
Camel.
we've another little seating area here for the parents maybe. Oh yeah, and also one thing. God, I change this so often. The palm trees over here have another reason why they're exactly in the position. So I have the shadows mostly on the bridge, on the slides, and on the climbing rigs to make sure that this is not too hot in the sun. I just looked for a timing on the day that it is now in the sun to make it look good. But otherwise, because these things get pretty hot.
Right. Now I remember that
I mean-
the slides like that on a very hot sunny day are basically a death sentence.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
I was trying to make it not too much in the sun all the time. So yeah, when you turn when time is going on, this palm tree over here mainly covers this area in shade. So.
All right.
Amazing.
And now we continue. Of course, we have another ramp on the other side, because we don't want to get the people down and then they can't get up again. That would be breaking their tour, And then we go down like a little. I don't know. It's like a little trail over here. Also, don't mind me, but I think I just used a million new fence designs in this build today. I don't know why, but like every single area has an own fence. Don't ask me. I mean, yeah.
No, it's great. You gotta switch it up. Give it its own
Yeah,
identity,
we can. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, now we come around the corner,
Hey,
following
these are
this
familiar.
little fence. Exactly. So the building Silv didn't completely go. I found a little cozy spot for them because I figured when you have the children play all over here. Also, like there is a reason why this is still. I mean, you could have just have a direct connection between those two. But man, kids are loud, aren't they? So I wanted to have something that is kind of taking the noise away a little bit from the playground. So I made this little bit of a raised wall here where you have the path just, going down. So there's a bit of space to put some foliage in between. Cool. I mean, it's not kind of denoising the kids entirely, but still, so you can sit down and at least enjoy your whatever milkshake or Monsieur Frita. So yeah, this is another little chill area.
Love it.
We've got a fountain in the middle, and that's kind of a personal thing here. I remember when I've been to Disney World in Florida, and I remember one of the first days we went to the studios, there was this gigantic fountain as like the entrance area. So you basically had like a whole parking lot of concrete to enter this area. And in the ground, there were like millions of fountains, but you never knew which one was going up next.
Oh, yeah.
And so that was kind of like a maze. And that was so cool because obviously hot temperatures and you were just running through and all of a sudden the fountain just caught you and was completely soaking you. And I wanted to create something like that, but then I was figuring that unfortunately this game has only the static ones.
Yeah, that's true.
So... yeah, I left it in to kind of talk about this, but maybe we have to get rid of the static ones because it's a little bit too much, maybe.
Yeah, you could probably do little burglars or something. But yeah, or you could just say the program is stuck on. It's just floating.
It's
really
broken
cool,
right now, exactly. So this is a little bit of a problem. I would love to use, just have the fountain thingy in here, but it's not.
I mean, you can also go for the opposite option of putting stuff in the ground that looks like they're clearly supposed to be fountains that can be turned on.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
actually
like the nozzles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just put this little bit in the middle, so maybe just leaving that, I don't know.
Cool.
That could be a thing. But yeah, we have this area, and you can grab some food. This is the backstage connection to where we just were at the beginning. So this is, I'm just peeking through, and you can see that's where we came from.
Nice.
So we have a direct connection here. And one thing I thought about, it's not, let me just quickly peek in here. So this is open, as you can see. This guides towards the hotel. My idea was like, maybe this connection over here could be like a separate entrance for the hotel guest, because this surely could be like an evening location as well. You could do some partying here. I don't know, you've got the toilets, you've got like the gazebo, and I don't know, having like a barbecue event or something over here could definitely work. So cool. I thought this could be like a nice little backstage access then.
That would be nice.
So I put this in between. And yeah, we've got these facilities just here. Oh, and by the way, these ones are, oh my God. I needed to have like a little laugh today when I was checking your Tamagotchi episode, because look at these doors.
Yeah, they got the raised bit.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I had this like, I don't know, done like last week somewhere, and I needed to, and oh my, okay, I have to complain about these facilities again. 4 meters of height is just so hard to build with.
It's huge.
And so I just lowered them as much down as I could, but they're still looking a little bit out of shape. I couldn't do too much about it, so they are like a good bit lower down. But yeah, it is what it is.
It's all right, bud.
Yeah.
Don't
But the doors are great, though. They really are.
That's cool. At least something. So yeah, now that's kind of mainly your buildings with a few little tweaks. Just change the floor a little bit, change the foliage, but that's about it. I think they just kind of work over here because this is like a corner piece of the park.
Yeah.
There's not much else going on, so there is like this could. Again, like a little party location. So I think this could definitely work the way it is.
Yeah, and I like how you created the sight line for this pavilion that we're standing in front of, so they can actually see the roof peeking through in the playground.
Yes, yes.
Really cool.
Oh my God, I changed the whole foliage so often to keep that one always in focus as your little, weenie almost, I want to call it. Or daily weenie is in here. So yeah, this is then the viewing platform for...
viewing platform now.
That's cool.
Yes, I repurposed that into a viewing platform of the camel habitat. And
I love what you did with the
camel
wall on the left side.
Those are cool rocks. Yeah, cool rock wall.
Oh, that's really
Yes.
nice.
So this is also taking inspiration from another Indonesian zoo. I again forgot the name. Just excuse me. I just browsed a lot of Indonesian, Asian zoos on ZooChat, and I had like a million tabs open. And I mean, just found
whenever
this
people
one camel
ask
habitat.
what you do to
Sorry?
get inspired, I guess that would be a really good answer. Just keep looking on ZooChat because there's so much amazing stuff out there.
Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden I looked for, especially for camel habitats in these areas, and I found a few of those. And I I kind of came up with this rock design that they had in 2 of those, were like a very big rock wall behind the camel habitat. And I thought this is kind of nice. And I needed to create like a little tunnel here to get them into their actual shelter area, which I didn't want to make visible. And yeah, we have this bridge section going on, which is basically following the rock wall. And yeah, let's just take that one, I guess.
Also, Rudy, I know you're a big Phantasialand fan, but those rocks really remind me also of Klugheim.
Yes,
really cool.
yes. And I basically used the same technique that I used when I was helping on Taron a year ago. So that was pretty easy. Just like using the same method again. I mean, it's not like that complicated, but yeah it just worked like a charm.
Nice.
Yeah, I did something similar in Tamagotchi as well, as in producing the whole little spire section. You just kind of put those pieces and you offset them a little bit. What it's meant to look like is just like really rough concrete.
Yeah,
and
that works just very well. And yeah, you go over the bridge and you get like an even better view now of this whole area. And now over here you can also see the playground peeking through. So in that area,
cool.
Loads of poop. And again, same story for the camels. It is just pretty boring, you know, having a few rocks and maybe some logs everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's mostly about it. I mean,
And lots of
you know,
poop.
they run a lot. Also poop, yeah. Oh God, I can't tell you. I threw so many keepers in, so beware if you open the staff tab. It's maybe filled with a lot more employees now. They still don't do the job.
So one tiny little
you can
thing,
see-
like the Grand Aviary, you haven't allowed children to see.
What?
Sorry, what?
The children can't see anything.
No.
Oh, yeah. This is true, and I had this still on my mind, but I have to be honest. I need to do this. I sent the file, but I have to do like a complete overhaul of this area, just lowering it all down a little bit. The main reason is that I couldn't go deeper because of that tunnel, because it destroyed the traversable area.
Oh.
So I have to use other rock pieces there. Yeah, that was. I just noticed that today when I was checking the final file. I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna slide that down. Oops, nope, I'm not. So,
Poor kids.
but you know
It
what?
looks
Children
great.
just had like a wonderful time on the playground. They
I
don't
really
need to
like
see
that
the
viewing
animals
from here to the playground.
anymore. Yes, it's
looks
meant to be a
really
little bit more
nice.
open. you
Yeah.
know. And also I try to keep the chain link fence a little bit hidden away. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
like that chain link fence so much.
yeah, it's
so
very
good.
versatile. I just exchanged
Yeah.
the poles,
Mhm.
and that's about it.
Love it.
It's great.
Really,
Still
really
see the
nice.
trap of death there. Yeah, so we're not quite done, but nearly done. So now we come to I don't know if it's my favorite area, but this is the original idea I had in my mind before I came up with the playground. So
Okay.
it was like a little bit reverse engineering. So where we are now is more or less like a new area, because that was all plain open land, because you can see in the back there is the tapir canopy.
Okay.
And you can tell that this area over here is completely newly open now. You can see there's another viewing for the camel. You can see already there are some seating opportunities in here
Okay.
for whatever reason. We're talking about that in a sec. But before we do so, look at that. We also have like a little
perfect.
sign over here. So
Very
this
cool.
is directing to the hotel, which is on this side. And we also have like already the banners, so to see that this is the exit, you know.
Oh, nice.
What are you doing?
I was about to say.
Oh yeah. That's the one who didn't want to poop, and we decided in stream that he has to go and
He
just
didn't
do
want to
something else.
poop.
What?
Not to poove.
Oh.
To use the
Oh,
pooving
right.
thing.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Aw,
yeah, he's
poor guy.
forever alone now.
Rudy, we need to keep
Yeah.
a good standing as an employer, right? If we want to employ more
Right.
people. This is unacceptable behavior.
We cut that
that's
out,
so
okay?
true.
We just cut that out, all right? But yeah, so we are here, and I repurposed the old fountain, which for very good reason was gone. But Mike didn't delete it, actually. He moved it. So
Yeah.
we have to be precise. Mike doesn't delete, he moves.
Move it.
Mostly out of the
Just
map.
rip it
But
out of its foundations. That looks awesome. Yeah, that's a really good,
Yeah.
cool spot for it.
And you know, this is so the reason why I made all of that here is this is the area behind here, Mike, is your little play area for whatever. We still have some vistas of the temple, as you can see, so it didn't block everything. But the reason why I made this is to make sure that you have full control of maybe transition into the highlands a bit more. And I didn't want to break already the attention to what is in this area, because you should take that highland trail over here to discover this new area.
Cool.
Because if now, as we have the new pathway coming from over here, which is even raised, let me just storm back a little bit, this would guide you too much into this direction. Look, I mean, we would straight face this area.
Oh, yeah.
And that would
really
already
good.
reveal way too much. So I was blocking that off with this just intended rock face with some foliage and stuff. And
Sweet.
it's also pretty nice lit at night, so we can also peek at night a little bit. There's also lighting is done. And then we have a new plaza over here. Now, there is, as you can see, this is the small little Koali Pet Zoo. This is over here. And you can see there's already a little guidance here. Please register your kids at the counter.
It sounds
The
like you're
next guided
signing
feeding-
them away. Please register your kids at the counter.
I do read that in all hotels when you have them bring them into the how's that, the kids care? How do you call that? Is it kids care or daycare or whatever?
Or daycare, yeah.
Or childcare? Yeah, exactly. And you always have this, and I was like, okay, I need to put that in here.
Cool.
And then you can see the next guided feeding is at 10:08.
Okay.
And for the digital people out there, they might get the little joke with this time, though. But
I
just left
don't
it in.
think I do.
I have no idea.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Okay, well then let's wait and we see if the people in the comments find out. It's just like for people working with, like, I don't know, maybe smartphones or like any other digital device, they will know.
Okay.
It's like a little hidden hint in there. Yeah, it is.
Hold on, I'm looking this
I'll
up.
tell you I'll tell you after the episode. It's not that special, but it's still a little kind of joke. Yeah, but this is then a little area where you can sit down and get the introduction. So this is the little counter, and you would have like a staff member who's actually over here, and then you can see there are some little colored flyers or something else. This is to make sure you kind of keep the groups, so the kids get these things to know in which of the two habitats they go first, to not all storm together, you know, because kids need something visual to stick to. If you just tell them to not do it, they do it. But if they have something in their hands and they do remember, hey, I'm pink, they remember what to do. So you get these little things, put them in their hands, and then they get like a little introduction here. And what they then do, they can then just go here, and you can see we have some side entrances. And this area to the left-hand side over here is into the kangaroo. So you have everyone can just grab a little handful of some feeding stuff, and then you just go in, and they open this door for the little feeding, the guided feeding. So they fill that in. The animals will come over. The kids can sit down here, and then the trainer can just, you know, make sure that they carefully pet the animals to not just all run screaming through each other and make these animals go nuts.
That's
We're
cute.
talking about like babies, right? Not full-size roos.
Yeah, we're talking about the babies, exactly.
Okay.
So this is also why there is a separation in here,
Gotcha.
you know, because otherwise that's, you know, that would be, especially the red kangaroo would not be that best of ideas. So there is a very, very intentional separation in here. So yeah, on the other hand side, there is the camel habitat. And camels are a little more easygoing, we don't have a separation in here because you can also use adult camels for that. You just have to make sure that the trainer is with them at all times. And yeah, so this is then the other side. You still have the feeding area here that you can fill, and the camels will come over, and the kids can sit down just over here and then get the little petting tour, however you want to call that.
Oh, that's
I have no
great.
clue.
That's
Rudy,
really cool.
So
I gotta say, I hate your episodes, and this is why. It's because you constantly do things that I wish were in the base game that actually had like reason to be in a zoo. So this is so cool.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
amazing.
I'm happy you love it. It's very sad though that there's no interaction going on. And I tried my best to at least, you know, put the feeders in these locations, so you will have the animals roam around there every now and then when there is actually a keeper coming and filling in.
It's
so
really
yeah,
cool.
It's such a cool
This is-
idea in the base game.
It would be, right? I would love it. I would love it so much. Also, you know, for the purpose of the game with education, that would be like a huge boost for the education rating. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So sure, for sure.
And yeah, And then just because Mike, you talked about that at the beginning, and I was just getting that in, talking about efficiency. Our staff members, they have this direct connection. They even have like a sneaky little, look at that. They even have like a little vending machine for themselves.
I hope it's not going to explode, but yes.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have some seating areas for them to get some shade in the back. We also have like another access to
the return of the
Skytrack.
Staircase.
I was gonna say, let's be honest, they're probably smoking in those chairs.
Potentially,
yes.
And then you have there's the area where we were just going past
I love
a
it.
few minutes ago.
That's awesome.
So yeah, this is that area. We have some chests over here for some additional food that you would refill in these things. And there is an ATM in here, so at least that it looks like the people would actually register the kids.
Oh, that's
it's
nice.
like hidden in here.
Really nice.
Oh yeah, and there's some like little food and stuff in here to grab. Yeah, additional color codes, all these things for the kids, and then there's not that much. There's just finishing off this area with this twisted planter thingy over here, and that was the last thing I did because I had no freaking idea what I should do with this broken path, and I was done, and the path is just an asshole, and so I just made this thing.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's fun.
that's really cool.
That could make a really cool shape for a large building or a skyscraper or something like that as well.
Yeah, like the torso tower.
Yeah, the turning torso in Malmö. It's cool.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that one. Yeah, and so this is again in here also to break the mood a little bit, to not have this like full plain plaza. I think that would look a bit weird. So yeah, that's what I've done, because then again, this is the path reconnecting to where we just were. And we have the Highland Trail in the back here.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love how it
Really
brings this whole
nice.
area of the zoo together, because this has always been such a mess of just different little parts and bits and bobs that I've always found it very difficult to envision just how it could fit together and actually be a realistic, coherent area. But yeah, I think it works out like this.
That's really cool.
So yeah, I'm really, really happy. Now let me just show you how that looks at nighttime, because I kind of did something with the planter here as well. It just takes a while. There you go. It's
Oh wow.
like illuminated in different colors. And actually, I put these things in like logical spots finally, like not in the ground, but they're like really existing. You can see there's the other one down
That's
here.
cool.
And then we have there's another one in between those two benches, and there's a third one with the other one. Oh no, from this side I don't have one because it's like having this shape anyhow. Yeah, so that's how it's looking from over here. And you can see all these lamps and stuff. Also in the back, the playground is a bit more lit. So yeah,
Nice
we can just
work.
actually,
That's
you know
really
what,
cool.
Yeah.
just go out of Tedget Cam and have a little flyover. Let me just go over. So yeah, you can see. Let's just fly back in. So also I did all the lighting. I love these things, and so I kept them to the ground. I don't know. I just thought that would cool for the backstage access. And let me tell you, if it's raining, oh my god, this looks so cool with the lighting effect.
Hey, guess what? Turn on the rain.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's look. I know that you're a big fan of rain in this game.
But the rain looks super beautiful.
Whenever you have a mic episode, is raining.
Just rain.
Look at how the
I mean, it's one of the
Slow.
best things, I think, still about this game, just the way it looks in general and the dynamic environment.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
if
good.
it would only change the gameplay, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's not go that far. That's asking too much. That's cool.
There you can see it. Look at that now. It's starting to look really cool.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
with this wet surface now. Oh, I love it.
That's nice, yeah.
Okay, let's see it from overhead. I'm curious how this all
So
pieces
let's
together.
go up. Right. So this is the whole area over here.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
I gotta have to make it a bit more
Yeah,
bright.
can we
That
see it
is-
in clear
still
weather?
Pretty big rooty area. Even though it wasn't like a big area that you tackled, it's still a pretty big area.
Yep. I mean, yes, it definitely is. And I kind of had to, I show you, you can see I tried to figure the outline of Silv's hotel somewhere over here. And, oh yeah, by the way, this is the backstage shelter for the camels, which
Oh, nice.
is just existing, I guess. It's not like, because the reason why I didn't fully do this is because I have no idea how exactly the hotel will go in here. So we have to maybe redo
Neither
this
do I.
anyways.
We'll
so
see.
yeah, we have to see.
I imagine with camels, you could
Um,
probably just lead them out. So if you can just lead them to a path and then lead them out if you needed to move them.
Yeah, exactly. That would make sense, I guess. And I don't know if I even saw that they have sometimes camel tours. I guess we don't do this, but you know, there is a thing that they do with camel tours. So I have no idea if they would do it and then have like an access to get them out. I have no idea.
Cool.
But yeah, so you can see all the connection done. Now, as you remember beforehand, these buildings over here, these 3 buildings were basically here, like this L shape. And yeah, so first idea was to just rip that away and kind of make a petting zoo-ish thing here and finish that off. But whatever I did, I always had the issue that the Skytrack was basically too much to the side of the park because it was like pretty boring to one side of the track. Like it was always left side was cool, right side was cool, left side was like backstage, whatever.
Right.
And so I figured we need something that makes also the Skytrack a little bit more involved and immersed in that area. And so yeah, I just came up with the idea of the playground and worked around that one. And so yeah,
It's really
this area
nice.
That's really cool.
kind of got done. And yeah, I mean, what I learned, in last episode, which is the Mike and Ivan talkie about why the canal had to move, we learned that we don't want to create dead ends, right?
Right.
And so this is why I decided to make this whole tour of these 2 animals that effectively end up in the pet area.
I love that the
Right.
playground is basically sharing both of those sort of areas. That's cool. You've
Yeah.
learned so much.
And I
That's
like
awesome.
the point too about the sky ride, which was gonna be kind of boring if it was just everything on one side and then just the hotel, I guess, on the left where you are right now. But it's so much more integrated now. That's nice.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
That's
Great work,
So Lady,
Camel.
what do you say?
Yeah, I really,
Yeah.
really love it. I really love it, and I feel honored that you.
I was about to say, you're
integrated
still
my
sliding,
name.
right? You're still at the playground
that's
sliding the
super
whole
cool.
time.
Yeah, I really
we
love
lost
it.
we lost Lady. We lost Lady in the recording over here.
No, it's
So, yeah,
really
there's
nice.
There's one more little thing I forgot. I need to show that because maybe otherwise we won't see it. There's another gate over here, and that
Okay.
just basically leads to the accessibility of the waterfall thingy over here.
oh my gosh.
There's
Nice.
actually a little
Freaking camel.
Wow.
Wow.
in case because maybe that would then end up in a void because no one would ever go here.
That's insane.
So
I
yeah.
love it.
Love it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I'm also super
Yeah, that's
happy
it.
with the new location that the building's got. I think it fits in perfectly.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. And also I figured they have like basically no backstage building or whatsoever. Like they were just plain simple these buildings, and this is why I kind of connected this to at least one storage kitchen-ish building.
Yeah.
You know, these 2 are toilets. They mainly don't need that, but 2 restaurant builds potentially need that. So yeah.
Nice.
Yes, fair.
Yeah, so I'm really happy you are happy because that was a hell of a lot of work.
This
Yeah, I
might
mean,
be
you've
your
definitely given this-
last Koali episode, not?
Huh?
This might be your last Koali episode, not?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't
Who
know.
knows what's coming next?
But you did, yeah.
I don't know.
You didn't really do filler ups, I guess. You just, you filled up and added a new area.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. You mean like the last big integration I'll do for here? Yeah, this is for sure. I mean, there's not much left, right?
No, exactly, yeah. There is, it's going to be filling up mostly.
I mean, we still
Yep.
have
I was
highlands
gonna say, I
left,
got a
but that's
big old
about it.
area where Formosan bear can go, where sort of other predators can go up there.
God, it looks so cool from above. I really hate to say this about
Looks
something I'm
beautiful.
participating in, but when you zoom out like this, it's just maybe not quite that far when you see like all of the unfinished stuff down at the bottom right. But it looks really realistic.
Yeah.
It's just such a nice flow and foliage to it.
It's really, really
I mean,
nice.
I really have to say I'm also starting to love it. And to be honest, like, you know, it looks like a lot, but this area over here, I mean, this is just like, you know, that was not too much of work, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
So it's just like filling in these gaps, but I think it just still makes it look a little bit more finished, as if I would have just let it, you know, left it plain open.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I think
for
that
sure.
goes for the whole zoo. Once we just get in all of the foliage around it and just fill up the map to actually make a transition into the sandbox map that we're working in, it's instantly gonna look so much more realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally true. And yeah, so I also one more thing I wanted to talk about. Maybe this goes in, I don't know if it's in your episode, Lady, or whoever want to tackle that. I remembered that we talked about the fact that we need to have something where all the poop goes and all the natural waste, so to say.
Yeah.
And I was about to build that, but then I figured that doesn't make any sense over here. So I was creating this in this space.
Okay.
But then I figured, okay, we don't really have that many animals that you would feed from over here.
Right.
Maybe the camels, though, but there is just the excess is only going to the restaurant. So there are some flamingos, kangaroos, yeah, but not that many animals that create like super loads of stuff. They are all over here.
Yeah.
So we gotta have to figure out something down here, I
Yep.
guess. But just as a little reminder, that's. I
Not to
wanted
put the
do it,
animal
but-
compost pile next to Lady's reptile house, but we'll figure out something over in that area. Yes.
I don't
You
really
can't
see
just do
myself building a
anything
poop
worse to
building or whatever it should be. I don't really think that I will tackle that. I don't think so, no.
You don't think so?
No, I don't know. It does not really sound super attractive to me.
Yeah, but now, as you are like 100K, you can do whatever you want, right?
Yeah, and I can do what I want to do, right?
And you know,
I don't
you
feel
have to- you have
anything
to-
for that.
Sorry, Lady,
Yeah.
you're on the poop building next episode.
Yeah, I mean-
we've all voted.
Oh no.
I mean, you have to just change the point of view. You look at this like this way. You can finally make money out of shit.
Oh my gosh, Rudy, just
This is
come on.
There are plenty of people in
no.
this world who make money out of shit.
There
that's
are.
true, to be honest.
Lots of sewage
Oh.
workers.
It's a noble profession.
On that note, to bring it back to a bit more of a serious level, we've been to Thailand, and I didn't expect that this would happen. But they offered like some very high, I don't know, coffee to us, which was like incredibly expensive. And I asked them like, what the hell is this coffee?
Okay.
It's elephant poop coffee.
What?
Oh my.
Ew.
But they basically do. They also do it with tea. Like they have a special tea that is kind of. I don't know what they do especially. We didn't drink that. That was like hugely expensive. I think it was like a cup of coffee was like 40 euros or something.
What?
And they filter it with like elephant poop. Like
Ew.
why?
Oh my god.
Ew,
I hope
no.
anybody who's watching this is not currently eating dinner right now. I
Yeah,
apologize
I'm
for
so
Rudy.
sorry.
It's gonna be released around dinner time.
See,
right?
and that's why
I'm
I don't
sorry.
want to have a poop episode on my channel.
I mean, you gotta watch out for being demonetized as well. I mean, maybe it's not super child
Yeah.
friendly, but you know where this is going.
I will
Oh
have a
my
look
lord.
what I will do.
Yeah, so I think we take that segue. Thank you, lady. Next time it's on your channel.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not sure if it's going to be in 1 week or maybe also 2 weeks if I'm going to tackle some filling ups and stuff, but I will do my best.
Take all
I
the
think
time
it's-
you need.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think it's fair to just, go into the 2 weeks. It's a bit more laid back. And to be honest, like, this zoo is pretty much filled. There's not like you can easily go in and just do something and let Mike figure it out later on.
Yeah, I
Well,
think the episodes.
that is actually a good idea. Just let Mike finish it all off.
No, I need help.
he has his stuff to do too. But I think the episodes at this point all take more work, but you have less to show for it because it's just much more tinkering and
Yeah.
it's much
Exactly.
less. Oh yeah, let's do this new big project.
Yep.
So I
mean,
think
the
that
next,
makes
So
sense.
true.
the next big thing is
Yeah, I
going to be
promise
getting
to.
that freaking hotel in and everything that
That's
comes
true,
with
yeah.
that.
Yeah, and I'm
Aw.
still looking on and into a new PC, and I've been doing that very enthusiastically recently. But with Nvidia's failure to deliver video cards to people, I'm
Oh, God.
not sure when that's gonna happen on my side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, that
I
is
heard
what
that.
it is.
I heard that. Loads of friends wanted to get the 3070. Yesterday, I guess it was, or 2 days ago. Yeah, no, that didn't end well.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Ah.
Oh well.
Anyways, guys, that was a lovely episode. I'm really happy you are happy.
Yeah, it's great.
I am certainly very happy.
I'm definitely happy.
So
I'm glad to have a
Fantastic.
playground as well. That's really one of the things we've always had to have, but completely forgot about.
yeah, whenever we search for Silv now, we know he's on the playground.
Playgrounds still are cool. I think we need to normalize adults being on playground, as long as the kids are not there, of course.
True.
They have the priority.
That's very true. And Mike, are you also happy with the plants and with the foliage?
Oh yeah. Well,
Because,
pop it back to day so I can see it a little bit clearer, so that not everything's so limey, jello green.
Oh wait, we can actually just go back to daytime.
There we go. Ooh,
There you go.
Lovely. Yeah, I really like the way that it's nice and lush, and you can still see through it, so you haven't created like green walls all over the place, which is good design.
Thank you. I mean, this time I was a little bit more brave in putting just a little bit more down, especially to the ground, and making it like a lot more lush, as you often do, and then just like all of a sudden it just kind of starts to look correct and right. So yeah. Also followed the rule to not. And also followed the rule to not use too many different pieces, to stick one, set of stuff, and that kind of worked out very good.
Yeah, I like it.
Also, one last bit. We noticed only in chat that this tree over here, I was copying these trees over, and then someone meant like, why do you have to copy it? Why is it not one piece? Blah, blah, blah. And then I figured, wait a second, 90, because I was clicking on here, it's like, no, you didn't use 2 trees. It's just 1 tree. I can see the branches. It's normal.
Yeah.
And then, oh my lord. You put all the crowberry bushes in here.
They made ugly foliage on top with like sticks sticking out. So I'm like, well, I have to cover that up.
Wow.
It looks nicer.
Mike, yeah.
That works so
It's
well.
insane. It works super well. Anyways, guys, let's wrap it up. Was a pleasure. I hope you guys out there enjoyed the episode. Let us know if you like the playground, and let us know what's your favorite playground experience you had. And let's go with Silv. Every
Nice
adult
call to action.
should still.
Really really trying to bump that SEO, aren't you?
I have nightmares of playgrounds, I tell you.
Oh,
Really?
That's for another episode. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
bury the lead.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Goodbye.
Yeah, no problem.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.